Raider Nation, what is going on? Mitchell Renz here from my home. It's done. Breaking news. The Las Vegas Raiders have decided to move on from defensive coordinator Paul Guenther. Now you're going to see Rod Marinelli. He is going to take over and be the new defensive coordinator. I mean, obviously this was a really rough game after a huge loss, losing 44-27 to the Indianapolis Colts. And I know a lot of people were really upset with this overall performance, but it's not just a this year thing. This has been a systemic problem for this team for a very long time, over the last 3 years. So from top to bottom, not too surprising. Again, I am sorry that I'm not in the studio. I went home right away to be able to try to film something for you guys, but we didn't have any producers, and this is the best that you're going to get. So what I want you all to do right now, go down in the comments section and let us know. Go down, type there how you feel it finally happened. Over the last 3 years, no team has given up more points than the Raiders. No team has given up or has the least amount of sacks as the Raiders. And I think this is definitely one of those moves now where Rod Marinelli is the new defensive coordinator. You're sitting here, you're wondering what could have been maybe if we would have kept a guy like Buckner from top to bottom. So also, if you guys hear anything in the background, it's because I got people here living with me, so just keep that in mind. But again, I am at my home. I couldn't go into the studio to film, and the Las Vegas Raiders have decided to move on from Paul Guenther after another horrible performance. You saw a lot of celebrities, big-time Raider fans out there, like a Damian Lillard was like, hey, man, we got the worst defense in the league. I tweeted out that it's time to fire Paul Guenther, and that one got to 2,000 likes really quick. But this is a problem that just doesn't start from this year. This is a team that year in and year out has continued to show that you couldn't quite get it done, whatever it was on the defensive side of the football. And you bring in a top players like LaMarcus Joyner from last year's offseason, or you bring in a guy like Vic Beasley, David Irving, and yes, you have some of these names, but you weren't putting your defense in the situation. And the Raiders entering this game were ranked dead last in terms of coming after the quarterback blitzing. The one way that you beat quarterbacks like a Phillip Rivers is you get after him, you blitz him, and yet it's just time and time again, Paul Guenther wasn't able to put his defense in the proper positions to get things done. The Raiders now are 7-6. Sitting here, they still can make the playoffs. Let's get that very clear. The Raiders still can get in. You probably do have to win out. You got Week 15, Thursday Night Football against the Chargers. Then Week 16 is a tough game on Saturday Night Football against the Dolphins. Week 17 is against the Broncos, where you round it out. But I mean, at 7-6, yes, you're still on the outside looking in terms of the playoff picture, but you still have this ability to be able to get in, which is a good sign. So obviously this loss sucked to Indy. It's been a rough past few weeks, I think, for Raider Nation, but you got to be confident. Hopefully you can get things going and then continue to play well. But I know one thing. If you guys are ever trying to keep up to date on the latest Raiders news and rumors, we're going to be the channel for you. The Las Vegas Raiders Report approaching 68,000 subs. It's pretty crazy when you think about it, but we continue to grow because of the nation. The daily video is 100% free. This isn't what the normal studio setup looks like, but you know what? I was like, I don't care that I can't get into the studio. The nation deserves a video, and I think we're all going to be celebrating now after a game that I think a lot of people wanted it to go a lot differently, and now instead of being upset, this gives us another reason to celebrate. I would say it came probably 2 years too late, because ever since Guenther's taken over, it hasn't been good. But again, please go down underneath this video, subscribe, click that big red button, and turn on your notifications, because tomorrow I'm going to be breaking down a video of some defensive coordinator replacements that you could see the Raiders have maybe next year. I know Rod Marinelli was brought in for this, basically what was going to happen. I predicted way earlier in the year that the Raiders would move on from Paul Guenther. It finally has happened. The biggest reason why the Raiders decided to go with a guy like Rod Marinelli over Buckner was because just in case Paul Guenther couldn't get it done, the Raiders would be able to make a move and make a move very easily. So now you see this, Rod Marinelli steps in to be the top defensive coordinator for this Las Vegas Raiders team, and John Gruden obviously has a lot of confidence in him because you go all the way back to 2002 when the Tampa Bay Buccaneers won a Super Bowl. Who was the assistant coach? Rod Marinelli. Yes, he's 70 years old. Yes, the defensive line has taken a step back. However, you need to have something to build off of. You need to be a little bit confident, and I think that's what the Raiders ultimately decided to do. Jon Gruden, I know he didn't want to fire Guenther. They were friends, but you're sitting here, you're giving up over 30 points a game. You're giving up, I believe, more points than the New York Jets have this year. It's just not going to get it done. Now, obviously, I'm going to wish Paul Guenther the best going forward. Hopefully, he can, maybe find something new. But there's going to be a lot of defensive coordinators, I think, licking their chops to be able to come in and work with this defense, because there are a lot of young, talented pieces here in a brand new city like Las Vegas, where everybody's going to be going after the Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes. But for the Raiders, as we sit here right now, they are 7-6 after a tough loss. And I'm not at the studio like I would be at Chat Sports, but with this kind of breaking news, I wanted to be able to give you guys as much as I possibly could right away. So please go ahead, subscribe, let me know down in the comments what y'all have to say. I will be dropping a new video tomorrow about some coaching replacements the Raiders could be looking forward to. And then Tuesday, I'm going to be doing my live show. Probably going to be a little bit different since the Raiders play on Thursday Night Football, but, we'll do the news and rumors. We'll probably do some mailbags, look at the Week 15 preview against the Chargers on Thursday Night Football. But make sure you guys are subscribed. Make sure you're tuning in. Make sure you're having a good time. But one of the things that we always do here at the Las Vegas Raiders Report is, we try to interact with the nation as much as humanly possible. And I'm sitting here on Twitter now. I'm on Instagram. You guys can always hit me up. I'm always checking my DMs. I'm at Mitchell Renz 365. But it's nothing but sheer joy. If I showed y'all all the messages that I just got on my Instagram, they're all around. Look at that. It just pops up. It's Paul Guenther, and it's Mitch. They got rid of him. Mitch, they did it. And this has just been one of those things that we have all talked about for so long. And for the Raiders to finally pull the trigger, decide to move on from Guenther, and obviously you got to be feeling pretty good about it. But we'll see what Rod Marinelli is going to be able to bring in. He's going to have a tall task at hand. There's no doubt about it. But I'll tell you what, from a Raider fan, it feels good that they finally decided to move on, because when you do have a lot of these really talented players, you have a team that probably should be playing man, yet they continue to play zone. When your entire fan base can sit back and say, why aren't the Raiders blitzing more, and yet you're not doing it, it does start at the very top. But I'm going to salute Jon Gruden. I'm going to salute the Las Vegas Raiders for making the right decision. Firing anybody in 2020 is not an easy thing to do, but sometimes you got to do what you got to do. Now, hey, if you made it this far in the video, I appreciate you. Please go down there, like it. Make sure you're commenting, letting me know how you feel about the Raiders moving on from Paul Guenther. But I'm not sure if I'm going to put an end screen on this, so this is what I'm going to do. Hey, if you made it this far, I want you to go over here, and I want you to click this button. That's the subscribe button. That way you don't miss any videos here at the Las Vegas Raiders Report. Daily videos for free, right to your computer. And if you want to watch something else, maybe the next video, you want some more Raiders content, go over here and click that. And if you want to hit me up on Instagram, I'm at Mitchell Renz 365. The Raiders have fired Paul Guenther. It's a done deal.